How's it going, people? Sean Talks Wrestling AEW review, and this was a Jay Briscoe, in a sense, tribute show. So, if you don't know, Jay Briscoe, one half of the Briscoe brothers, died tragically in an auto accident. I would say a week and a half ago, maybe a week ago. I think really the saddest thing about this, if you're a Briscoes fan, we're never going to get the Briscoes on main screen television. If you've seen the Briscoes promos or you know the Briscoes work, you always thought to yourself, hey, once these guys hit that big time, like AEW or WWE affiliate channels, the NXT UK, or maybe just NXT now because they shut down the other NXTs. But once they hit those, these guys are gonna like touch a lot of people. These guys are gonna be on the tongues of everybody. They're gonna bring back that old feeling of talked about tag teams and promos and all that. But now, yeah, I mean, I'll talk about Mark and where I think they're probably gonna have him go. But we'll get to that when we get to the main event. So first match, it was the Jericho Appreciation Society defeating Action Andretti and Ricky Starks. So Ricky Starks and Jericho on the outside, they're distracting the referee. Daniel Garcia comes in, hits Action Andretti with the bat. Sammy hits the go to hell. Not a bad match, but I kind of hope the feud's over with, because where do you go from here? Action Andretti and Ricky Starks, they're two completely separate individuals. You can't see them form a tag team. Jericho Society has too many men. And what battle is won here? Jericho already lost to Ricky. So them just continuing this feud is just, you throw your hands up. Like, it's time for like the JAS and Jericho to move on. Time for Ash Andretti to find something else. It's time for Ricky to get back on the path to becoming some kind of a champion. All three factors stuck in this loop is just detrimental to all. Even Ash Andretti beat Jericho, so like, why is he even continuing in this feud? Anyway, next match you had Darby Allin defeating Buddy Matthews to retain the television title. I like this match, enjoyed it a lot. Like, it was just two contrasting styles. You got Buddy Matthews with the hard hitting Chris Strikes, the knee lifts, just. Then you got the stumps to the foot. I love a good stump to a foot. Like, I really love that as a setup move. Then you got Darby who's playing this gritty, fighting from underneath type character. He's wrestling, but not really, because he doesn't have the body weight or the muscle. He's just, it's so underdogish the way he fights from underneath all the time. In the match, he's using now the Scorpion Death Drop off the second rope, and it's jarring to say the least, because, you know, if you think about the titles that Sting has won with that move alone, and Darby is using it in a second rope form as a setup move, like, I would think, this is me, that would be his new finisher, because he already has the top rope coffin drop. Now he has a sort of ground finisher, but instead it's a setup move. It kind of irks me just a little bit, just because Anyway, so Darby defeats Buddy with the coffin drop, because Buddy and him are fighting on the outside apron thing. He kicks Buddy in the face. Buddy droops over through the ropes, and then he hits the coffin drop, pins him. Tony Schiavone gets in the ring. He's like, "Hey, Darby, on this page, you're winning matches this, match that. What's next?" Samoa Joe on the screen talking about how, "Hey, you stole a title from me. I'm the king of television still, and I need my title back." Which leads to next week we're getting Samoa Joe taking on Darby Allin in a no holds barred match for the TNT title. I'm looking forward to that match. I think that match is going to be very hellacious. Very a lot of good spots and stuff on that match. Let's see, moving on past that one. Oh, you had next match. You had Jungle Hook defeating Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. Um, Simple match. Um, so Matt Hardy tags himself in toward the end of the match, and Jungle Boy goes on the ropes, try to hit like a springboard clothesline thing. Instead, he gets hit with a side effect. And when he's about to go for the twist of fate, Matt Hardy, he gets prompted to tag in Ethan Page. Ethan Page tries to go for a twist of fate. Instead, he gets locked into the snare trap. Matt Hardy's trying to tag in, but instead he gets pulled off the apron by Hook and pinned against the apron. Um, like I said, not mad at it, but it just felt like filler because it makes the FTW title look useless because Hook, now he's in his pseudo tag team for whatever reason. I thought they were going after Big Bill. I thought the whole thing of this was either Hook or Jungle Boy. I think the whole thing was it started with Jungle Boy going after Big Bill because of something. I forgot the reason. Like, and then they had a tag team match with Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. They won. Yeah, I think they've lost track of this one. I really do. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna move on from that. I thought that was the whole premise to get to Jungle Boy versus Big Bill at some kind of match thing, but I guess not. So got two segments back to back. You had the Acclaimed, Daddy Ass, and the Ass Boys. They're in therapy, and Billy, he asked his sons what's their problem, and they're like, hey, you weren't there for us while you were wrestling on the road, and now you aren't there as we're in the prime of our careers. The Acclaimed are like, you guys are a-holes, you guys suck, you guys want to be us. And Billy, he's like, hey, you guys stop. How can we fix this? How can we come together? And the Ass Boys are just like, hey, we want those tag titles. And I don't have a problem with them setting up this match, especially with the history that they've had before. But I just don't. I don't want it to be Billy Gunn going on the Dick Ride roller coaster. Like, he went from all five of them being heels to all five of them being faces to him turning on the Clan to him turning on the Boys to like, where does the Dick Ride, what the change up, like, it's gonna get. I don't want it to get Big Show levels of face turn on Billy Gunn. I hope they don't do that. It's just, a regular match and the Claim win, lose, or draw without a Billy Gunn shenanigan thrown in there. Then you had Hangman Page. Oh man, Hangman Page. Hangman Page, he's backstage talking to Renee, which is just wild. Like, why is he talking to Renee after he just did that to her husband? Like, who would even set that up in real life? I just need to know. So, anyway, she asked him, "Hey, what's next for you?" He's like, "Well, we're gonna be in Ohio, so Ohio, knock out John Moxley. How you feeling, that little mom?" I did it once. I got a bloodlust to do it again. You about to make me act wild up in this thing. Wheeler Yuta comes in and he said, "You're talking tough for a man who's not physically able to medically cleared." Wasn't John Moxley just talking tough on Hangman when he wasn't medically cleared? But whatever. Hangman says, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we can have a match, and you're gonna get knocked out too. You're gonna catch these CTEs also, bro. I'm handing out CTEs like I'm an Oprah. John Moxley gets a CTE. You get a CTE. Everybody who gets in contact with me, they're getting a double barrel CTE. The CTE giver. Uh, ah, you had Brian Cage taking on Bryan Danielson. Uh, well, Bryan Danielson defeated Brian Cage. So Brian Cage, he's going for a buck bomb. Hits the buck bomb, power bomb. Hits the power bomb. Tries to go for a third power bomb. Danielson slips out the back, and Schoolboy rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3 match. Overall, look, it just that match just showed how great Danielson is. No matter how big the guy is, he can adjust styles. He can still throw in his submissions, but still make the guy look great. Brian Cage. Yeah, man, looking like a complete monster out there, but still throwing in the technical stuff like that. That suplex from the apron to the ring, holy hell! The gorilla press to the buckle look nasty. Um, then the end of the match, after Bryan wins, he gets attacked by Cage and MJF. They attack his arm with the steel chair, and right before they're about to Pillmanize his arm with the chair, in comes Konosuke Takeshita. Uh, Moving forward past that, Bryan Danielson talking backstage to Renee, and he's like, nobody's going to stop me from wrestling, to continue wrestling. I'm going to get to MJF, and I'm going to expose him for the fraud he is. He's scared of me. He always has been, always will be. He's a coward. I'm going to take the title. Cut to the MJF promo where he's talking about, hey, I gotta do the promo in the back room because it's not the first time as a Jewish person, somebody with blue eyes is after me, like throwing the Hitler thing in there, like just why? So he says to Danielson, "Why are you going after my title? Don't you already have enough? You got a Hall of Fame career, Hall of Fame career, family. You got this, you got that, you got money. Why do you want to take from me? I'm just the young guy." But he's like, look, you keep trying to take this title away from me. The physical stuff, I'm just getting started. But the mental, I'm gonna have to get into the mental stuff. Which, what mental stuff can he get into with Daniel Bryan? Are we gonna see Brie Bella popping up in AEW? Is he gonna? I don't know. Like, that's gonna be interesting too when you think about it. What mental stuff can you do on Daniel Bryan to affect him? Oh yeah, and then he says that next week, oh, this is a doozy. Ooh, this is gonna be a technical treat for everybody who loves that. Timothy Thatcher is coming to AEW to take on Bryan Danielson. Yeah, man. It's about to get. You taste that. You taste the technical. You taste the mat wrestling. I can't wait for that match. I cannot wait. I don't know which one I'm more excited about. Am I more excited about the Darby Allin Samoa Joe car crash that I know is going to happen? The physicality of that match, or am I more excited for the Daniel Bryan Timothy Thatcher wrestling masterclass that is going to get put on? Which one? You guys let me know. Which one are you more excited for? And moving on past that. Okay, that right there. Okay. Oh, New Attitude Tony Storm took on Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho defeated Tony Storm. The Tony Storm switch up is just completely out of nowhere. Like, and throwing it in with Saraya, like, maybe it's because it's just so fast. Like, Saraya just got off the medically cleared list, and now she's a heel. And not only a heel, she's a. I hate the girls that started in AEW because I was in the big leagues, so I hate them now. Like, and Tony Storm's with me. Like, that's a weird thing just to throw both of these women. I can see Tony Storm being a heel. This kind of heel is just wow. So Tony Storm, she feigned an injury, the nose attack after Ruby hit her with a knee. she gets Ruby in the corner, hits the hip attack for the second time, and then she's going for a Storm Zero power driver. Britt Baker's music plays, distracts Tony, and then she hits. And then she gets hit with the Destination Nowhere slam from Ruby. That's the match, man. Not a bad match. And some storytelling there showing how vile now Tony Storm is. Where's Saraya? Probably made this. And also, I think it's Sheeta. Like, what part is Sheeta playing this whole thing? Like, you've been watching the matches beforehand. Sheeta's been coming out and she's just been throwing the kendo stick anywhere and like letting people get it or just like. I also want to see where they take where Sheeta's like role is in this. Is she a part of it? She's not a part of it. Yeah. So moving on past that, just solos. Okay. Oh, you had the main event. So Mark Briscoe defeated Jay Lethal with a ode to his brother, the Jay Driller. Like how this match was very physical. Like it wasn't like, hey, we're gonna show you some sympathy in this match. It really felt like Jay Lethal was actually trying to win this match more than Mark. The Froggy Bowl from the top rope onto the outside on the table on Jay Lethal, that was pretty sick. Mark Briscoe, I guess we can address the elephant in the room. Now that Mark Briscoe, unfortunately, is by himself, I know they're gonna take the tag team titles off of him and put them on another team. It is what it is. I would hope they would let Mark Briscoe stay in AEW and be a singles wrestler and work his way back up. Because look, I'm gonna be honest, Mark Briscoe is very entertaining. He's a very entertaining wrestler, and they were trying to talk him up, talking about how he has a high ring IQ. Mark Briscoe can play a variety of heels, faces. Obviously now you're riding the face card with Mark Briscoe with the tragedy of him losing his brother. You can see him winning some kind of TV title. Would they build up? They could build up to Samoa Joe, Jay Briscoe, and with Samoa Joe's run right now, I think you could be on for something. Like if they could somehow set up for Mark Briscoe, Samoa Joe, television title at the next AEW pay-per-view, that would be a hell of a thing because, like I said, Mark Briscoe is very entertaining by himself. Yeah, man, it's just a tragedy that we lost his brother, man. But hopefully they have something lined up for Mark and they just don't cast him to the side. I hope it's the start of something beautiful for him because he deserves it. Like, even in this tragedy, I always thought Mark Briscoe had potential, and the fact they never put a title on him as far as a television title is kind of disheartening in a way because I think he would have made the title somewhat special. You can still set that special moment, but they would have to scrape the iron quick, or just have him in AEW, as a character wrestler. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Mark Briscoe in the months going ahead. So yeah, man, first AEW or not one of the last, but one of my few AEW reviews, and hopefully I can do another one next week. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Tell me what you thought about the show, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.